like real-time reporting, disconnection, treatment, disconnections, retesting, issue tracking, and analytics. IT systems objectives like enable easy reporting system, monitor and analyze network performance, help IT resolve problems efficiently, improve campus internet experience. Project scope, web-based system for students, faculties, and real-time submission and storage in Firestore, email notification and speed-based automation, and big using Flash in Python and React access overall tasks and status update and speed test. In this speed test, download, upload, where user can see the speed test. We can speed test by non-functional developments, the fast response time, scalable and secure and compatible across devices, easy to maintain. System flow overview. User service issue where we are service issue here we are this is just for front end and class backend validates and speed test. It is a backend class means stores data in file store. It is a database where we store in the files and sends confirmation email where it does not send the email for the user. This admin lists out update status. The admin sweeps overall the reported status and sends the update email. Models overview, user interface. We use front-end as the React.js, back-end as the Flask, and this database as the Firebase for speed test. We use speed test CLI, that is the tool, and email module, that is SMTP with the Gmail. SMTP is the simple mail transfer. Next will be continued by Vanilla.
Programming stacks front-end used React.js for dynamic user interface, HTML CSS for front-end style, back-end Flask Python is a API web programming framework, database Firestore, tools Axios, Flask Cross to for resource sharing between the front end and back end. Speed test performs speed test SMTP library for easy resource sharing. Key functions report issue.
ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ
Handles users reports get issues of let the admins see all the reported issues, get speed data, performs the speed test using speed test client, send status email. User will receive the email notification about the status update. Output verification, success message and Firestore entry after the submission of the report form. The Firebase data, speed test data stored, email confirmations. The confirmation in email was sent to the user, or the update will also status update will also send to the email. API returns correct data from the when we call the front end. Status updates reflects in database and email. Status updates will reflect in the email of the users. The admin will send the notification to the user about status and updates. Next we will continue.
Hello everyone, this is Lasya Pishetty and I am presenting the observations in the Wi-Fi connectivity issue and reporting system. First is the smooth data flow from UI to a database. Like a user will enter the data in the user friendly form. There the data will be accessed by the backend without time delay, and that will be stored in the file-based database, and no time delay will happen, and it will help to run our system faster and efficient. Effective use of email for communication, like whenever the report is being submitted by the user, a confirmation mail of that the report is being submitted to the IT team will be sent to that user email. So it helps the user to trust our system and to know that their report is being submitted to the IT team. And the file store and speed test CLI work well. The file store, which is used to store the data whichever the user sends as a report, and speed test CLI work well. That in the user system, the speed of the Wi-Fi connectivity over that location will be tracked and to show to that user. It will work in hand, and to provide the system as a efficient one. React and Flask will be separated to show the code as a key, so that for future enhancement like changing the code, it will be helpful for keeping as a separate code for front-end and back-end. The learnings and challenges from our project is learn full stack development. We have used both front-end and back-end in our project. So we have come to know how to connect the front-end and back-end. API is to set a communication between the front-end and back-end, like sending the report data to the back-end and to get the details of the back-end to the front-end. And the file store is used to store the data, like whatever the report has been submitted to the system. And speed test. Speed test is also used to test the speed of the Wi-Fi network over that location. Email automation, like if a user sends a report, automatically our email will be sent to the user, like it has been reported, and the IT team is working for that issue. Challenges that we face during this project are file-based setup. Like it is a new NoSQL cloud-based database, so we have not known about the file-based setup. So after seeing some tutorials and understanding the file-based, like to copy the connection-based setup of code and linking with that packet. CONS issue. CONS is like connecting the database of front-end and back-end. It will be running in different ports. To connect, the front-end will be at the 5000 port address, and it will be at the 3000. So to connect all those, the front-end and back-end, CONS helps us to connect. And SMTP authentication, it will help to, it's a simple mail control protocol where the user doesn't send the email itself. The system is sent by logging into the admin portal, and the validation and the testing means when we fill the report, whether all the forms are filled or not, it will be validated by itself, like showing the error, all the fields must be filled. And the testing means if the sended report has been working or not, it will be taking the status as pending work or resolved. Solution and fixes. The challenges we have faced, we have That is the proper credentials setup, like copying the security credentials keys. We have set it up link from backend to the database and Flask URS for cross origin. Like we have used the Flask URS tool from the Flask, we imported it and we have cross origin the front end and back end. Gmail app passport for sending a mail through SMTP, we have used Gmail app password by creating a app password in the Gmail account. And error handling in speed test and form input, like when the input form is not fully filled, half filled form will be rejected itself and throws the error to fill all the mandatory fields. In the conclusion, we have concluded that the project we have made is a real-time Wi-Fi connectivity issue reporting system. It is used by using the Flask and React and Firebase for front-end, back-end and the database. It enables quick taking of a report and working on it, sending an email submission and to test the speed and improving the communication between the sender and like a user or the IT team. Thus, the system is user-friendly, reliable and scalable. So, with the scope of future like adding the admin panel, analytics and chatbots, it can perform in an efficient.
Here is a snapshot of the project.
This is snapshot demo.
Demo you will show, but some snapshot you need to add, right? So that you will know.